Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Greg Sloop, and it's time for Live at 5 on this Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. We're continuing our look at famous stories and passages from the Old Testament. Today, we're up to Numbers chapter 11, verse 1. Now, obviously, we're not hitting every verse or every chapter. We're kind of skipping through and finding those that may be a little more familiar. For instance, today, in Numbers 11, verse 1, we're looking at a place where the people of Israel complained against God. He was providing for them, but they didn't like it too much. We're going to look here at 11, verse 1. It starts out like this. Now, when the people complained, it displeased the Lord. For the Lord heard it, and his anger was aroused. So the fire of the Lord burned among them and consumed some in the outskirts of the camp. Well, that's pretty extreme. Then the people cried out to Moses, and when Moses prayed to the Lord, the fire was quenched or it was extinguished. So he called the name of the place Taberah, or burning, because the fire of the Lord had burned among them. Now the mixed multitude who were among them yielded or lusted intensely. They yielded to intense craving. So the children of Israel also wept again and said, who will give us meat to eat? We remember the fish which we ate freely in Egypt, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, the garlic. But now our whole being is dried up. There is nothing at all except this manna before our eyes. Now the manna was like coriander seed, and its color like the color of bdellium. The people went about and gathered it, ground it on millstones, or beat it in the mortar, cooked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And its taste was like the taste of pastry prepared with oil. And when the dew fell on the camp in the night, the manna fell on it. Then Moses heard the people weeping throughout their families, everyone at the door of his tent, and the anger of the Lord was greatly aroused. Moses also was displeased. So Moses said to the Lord, why have you afflicted your servant, and why have I not found favor in your sight that you have laid the burden or the responsibility of all these people on me? Did I conceive all these people? Did I beget them that you should say to me, carry them in your bosom as a guardian carries a nursing child to the land which you swore to their fathers, or that you solemnly promised to their fathers? Where am I to get meat to give all these people? For they weep all over me, saying, give us meat that we may eat. I am not able to bear all these people alone, because the burden is too heavy for me. If you treat me like this, please kill me here and now, if I have found favor in your sight, and do not let me see my wretchedness. Well, Moses was having a little pity party. People of Israel were having a pity party. Nobody seemed to be very happy with God's provision. They were poo-pooing his manna that he had sent to them, and he was feeling like that God had absolutely turned his back on him. Moses was trying to lead these people. He was trying to follow God. It was a really tough situation for Moses, and it was really a tough situation for the people. But here's the deal: instead of asking God for something, they complained. Instead of asking Moses to intercede for God to God for them, they complained. Now, I don't know where you are in life. I don't know what you're facing. I don't know what's missing in your life. I don't know what you need in your life. I'm not there with each and every one of you. But here's what I will tell you. If you need something from God, don't cry, don't whine, don't complain. Ask him for it. Because he said when you ask, he'll hear your prayer and he'll give you what you need. Now, here's the problem. James talks about this, and we can look at this another time. But James talks about it and says that you have not because you ask not. That's the first thing. Ask God for what you need. And then he says you have not perhaps because you ask amiss, or you ask by mistake, or you ask wrongly. Some things we ask God for we don't need, and he doesn't give them to us because he loves us. But when you have a need and you ask God for it, he is faithful. He is faithful. So don't cry, don't whine, don't complain, don't lodge a complaint against God or your pastors or your leaders. Instead, go to God and say, Lord, I need this. And if I don't need it, tell me so I can stop feeling like I need it. And help me, Lord, to know that you're there and you hear me and you want to touch me and you want to give me all that I have need of. And he'll do it for you. He surely will. That's the word for today. Don't complain, pray. Don't complain, ask. Ask and ye shall receive. I believe that's God's will for us today. Good to see Gene Goodman, Sharon Noblet, Karen Powlis, Lil Tuber. Uh, all of you that are on here with us today, we're so excited to have you, and it's always our honor and privilege to bring this Bible study each and every day, Sunday through Friday, each week. Today is Wednesday. We got 2 more days before we take our Saturday Sabbath, and then we'll start back up Sunday. We so look forward to this, and it's so blessed for us to present it to you. Spend some time with God every day in the Word of God and prayer. It is the most important thing you'll do all day, and it is the thing that will probably make the most difference in your day. Spend some time with God. You'll be glad you did. We're praying for you. We look forward to seeing each of you again tomorrow, live at 5.